Oh, I should also put music. That one. Looks like it's coming up. Is Twitch? Majma, at least YouTube. Where is Twitch? Need to refresh page. I think. Oh, maybe. Yeah, there we go. I'm live over here. Majma, hi everyone. I hope everyone is doing good today. I know I am a little bit all over the place feeling right now. But we are going to be doing some more art today. We're going to be working on making some high quality versions of Fred and Frank. Because right now we've got the Fred emote and the bat is alive? I'm not a bat! I don't know what you're talking about. And then Frank. But obviously if we tried to put these on a t-shirt or something, they would not look good. Yes, I am a cat. Hi! All good, all good. I don't think bat is one of the weirdest things I've been called, honestly. And then... There we go. Fix that. Hey! No, don't have them face away from each other. Fred and Frank love each other. Yeah, so I think first thing we're gonna do is just take the Frank one that we have, and if we resize this, we should be able to so image, scale image to new size, and then we want this to be like 12 inches by I forgot I put Snowball back on. You spooked the heck out of me. Yes. Why? Why the snowballs? Come on! I know you guys asked for them, but I didn't expect it to be like immediate spamming snowballs. Wah. There we go. So there's new size, and you can see it definitely doesn't quite... How is Snowball louder than a baseball bat? I need to double check that. My volumes might be off. Let's see, where is that thing? Yes, the thing that you just threw at me. Let's put that at like half volume. Someone want to give it a test, see how half volume sounds? Oh, now you guys don't want to do it. Guess I'll have to do it myself then. There we go. Okay, yeah. Half volume is good. Now then, time to make this look not pixelated, because that is what we need. We need this to be significantly higher quality than it is. Hi, Mush. And yes, I will be hit with snowballs quite often now, I'm sure. Where is my pen? Is my tablet not working all of a sudden? It was working a second ago. Come on. Oh, I saw something new. Maybe. Come on. Yes, you did it, Tommy. Okay, there we go. There's my pen. I have found my pen. It took me that freaking long to find my pen. Yeah, this one was made quite a while ago, because this was one for the, Calming Vibes from Net's Garden one. Also, Tommy, another thing I should question is if I have time, how do you feel about me doodling designs on stream? That is gonna be entirely up to you. Because I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do Lobsters and Portal Cat stuff. Fair enough. I will move this back to center a little bit. Since this should be more for stickers and stuff. Actually, let's save this. Save as. And this should be red underscore like ball. Ah! Why did I get double teamed with snowballs there? Oh. That was... I forgot that there was a hotkey that just did snowball. Ooh, very nice shadow. I hope the kitten is adorable. Fair enough, Tommy. Okay, that should fix my problem of accidentally snowballing myself. I hope work goes well, Tommy. Then that layer. And now we can sketch out where stuff is actually going to be. Because it should be pretty much in line with what we had before. Actually, do we want to do this as a vector or do we want to do this as a painting? Because those are two different methods that we could do this. Vector results in cleaner lines and can be scalable a lot better, but it's a whole lot harder to get gradients and stuff. I mean, you still can do gradients. It'd probably make it look good. So I don't know if we like the painterly look better. I think let's start with sketch. That'll at least help us with figuring out where things go later as well. So I feel like there is, when you're working at larger scales like this, there's a lot more room for like mistakes. But there are always like the mistakes that no one's ever gonna see, really. Because like that's a bit of a wobbly line, but I also kind of like the wobbly line. I never quite know how to feel about things with this.
Okay, be a bad boy and watch me find it out for myself.
Those two, there we go. There. You have too many 3D printed figures. I mean, 3D printed figures are fun, though. How can you have too many? Gosh, of course it's GLaDOS that comes in and points out every mistake. Like, really? living up to your past, then, huh? This one. I need to turn on the stabilizer a bit more. This is not smoothing properly. Stabilizer. There we go. That feels better. Okay, let's basically just redo all that we just did. Do they bring you joy? Because if they bring you joy, I'm not sure that's too many. Then you're good. Made them all yourself. Very nice. Oh, if you're in the Discord, you should put pictures of them in Showcase. It'd be very cool to see them. Yeah, these stream avatars are not the most customizable ones. I have debated on trying to make my own. I've looked into like what program you need and stuff to do that. But I have enough things that are on my list of things to work on that I am trying my hardest not to add something new to the list. Or at least give myself time to finish other stuff before I add something new to the list. And hi Gold, how are you? Better one. Yeah, lines are hard. And I'm a bit out of practice with stuff. I think the most practice that I've had with actually drawing art at this scale and stuff was on the plane for when I went on the trip to Las Vegas. That was fun. Doing art and stuff is always a good way to just waste time on a plane. But it's not really wasted time. Though, then again, the thing that I worked on kind of got scrapped because I wasn't too sure on them, which I still need to design a better backpack. But I want to make a backpack for merch, because one, I need my own backpack again. I had to throw out the backpack that I used on the trip because it was falling apart the entire time. Maybe I'll make a Fred and Frank backpack, that might be a funny one. Means I really gotta get these looking good. You think you got it looking like a dragon? Yeah, that looks kind of like a dragon. And then... That was an accident, giving it an underbite. Or overbite. But I kind of like that. That actually kind of works for it. I might just leave that. Always nice when you get some happy accident. Almost works. It's kind of got that weird thickness going on in the middle. Quite a bit of tweaking. That's too. I mean, not all accidents end badly. I know, there's this one dessert that was made by accident. Because, they were trying to make a I will hydrate. You almost made me choke on water. Yeah, I think they were trying to make apple pie or something, but they forgot to put the crust on the bottom, so they put the crust on the top instead and made a whole new dessert. So there are some desserts that were designed by accident. And you can't really call them bad because they're yummy. Definitely needs a bit more rework. Also, what is... It was on. There we go. I wonder I looked a little weird. Was it an apple fritter? I swore it was called something else. I'm gonna check Google now. That's not how you spell dessert. It was, Tartarin. It is an upside-down apple tart. It's one of those just, like, random facts that I learned somewhere. I can't even tell you anymore. Does that look more like a dragon or less? I think slightly less. I think the floofy stuff around the neck actually helped it. Now to do around the eye again. Like that. Which would be the next thing you 3D print? I don't know. And I don't know what all you've 3D printed before. More synthwave? More synthwave is probably a good idea. Oh, you made fidget... Yeah. Why can't I talk today? Well, that's assuming I could talk most days. I don't think I could talk most days either, can I? But you've made fidgets and figures. How about one that's both? Can you make a figure to fidget with? I don't know how many options are out there for something like that. You don't know what the next fluff was, you never did it intentionally? That is a struggle. This goes off. Yep. And then that should probably come together a little bit better. There we go. Tracer here. Yes, I am a Krita user. I like Krita. I know, I have used a couple different programs since I've been doing art. I've been doing it for quite some time. One of the early ones I used was GIMP. GIMP is an interesting one. I very much like Krita though. Wait, are you telling me to give lemons or are you attacking me with lemons? I cannot tell. Because I don't have any lemons to give. Yeah. No lemons here. That's not too terrible. Though it is... It is a little wonky. Oh, I do have another way I could do this, actually. I could do a mix of the two. So if I do... not new paint layer. Hi, Bobka, how are you? Green apple? Green apple does seem like a nice flavor. And I don't think I have any spare marbles either. Add vector layer. Here we go. Doing pretty good. Working on upgrading this so that it can work for more than just emotes. Now, I was doing outlines one way, but I think I want to try them another way. Because I can do them as, like, vector thingies. So these might also be a little bit weird to try and use. Up there. There and there. We do that and then use this tool. We should be able to drag them into place. And then have some nice clean lines. There, this goes down. Lemons are human-made. Life never gave us lemons. Well, when life doesn't give you lemons, make lemons. Need... What was it that had... How am I forgetting my own tools? I know that I had something that let me change the end type of these. Or it was vector editor, and then here it is. Okay, that does rounded corners. That does square. Oh, we can't do tapered with that. Is the problem? I guess we do rounded corners then? You can always, like, manually taper them by adding a layer above this and then just erasing stuff. That might be a method to do. Oh, we need to add extra points to this. This needs to actually go, like, right there and then have one on the other side. So that we can then delete the point between that one. Oh, come on. Can I not just get rid of that? We want to split this entirely. Break it segment. There we go! I knew we had a way of doing that. It looks like a mutant dolphin. I mean, I suppose that's one way you could describe a lobster. Next bit. Probably do... Right, there. There. Back there, and then close. And then drag this one up. Drag this one up. And then that one there. That is a much quicker way of doing lines than what I was doing previously. Not liking that curve though. There we go. Rounded curve on that one. That should help. I also think I might need to tweak this a little bit. That should link up there and go that. There we go. That looks a lot better. Nice and clean. And then next. Oh, debating if I want to do the what's the word? The fill bucket on it? Something? So I'll just save that for later. Right now we're just worrying about outlines. We can go back and do a layer under it. Yeah, not those kinds of lines, Tommy. I don't know what you're talking about. Suddenly 2 francs. Lobster Party feels like it should be slang for something, but I don't know what. And I also don't know how to feel about the fact that it feels like it should be slang, and I don't know what it should be slang for. Wrong one. That way. That puts it about right. Hi Moon, thank you for casting cuteness. Hey, they have cake now. Cake is good. Though the last cake I had wasn't very good. Because my boyfriend decided to get some chocolate cake, and he ended up with a much larger cake than he expected. And it just... I tried a piece of it. Like, I tried like a single bite and was like, nope, I can't eat this cake. It's just not good. This one was the one... I think this was actually like the first one that you did. Because it was for the fly-through of refuge that had the like upside down area with the blue screen on the floor. That one was a pretty weird one. What are they gonna do with that with the T-Rex? I'm pretty sure I know what they're gonna do with the banana, that's fine. It's just what are they gonna do with the T-Rex? Who is that? Who is that between them? And now they have Steve between them? Oh, they're gonna kill the T-Rex? Maybe. It still doesn't ring a bell? I'm surprised that, like, entire upside down area with blue screen on the floor doesn't ring a bell. That was a pretty memorable area. Now they've got an entire meal between them. Come on, cooperate here. That one's okay. That should have a... No, that shouldn't have a point between. That should just stretch this way. I mean, Beast seems like a good idea for them. This needs a there and a there, and then this can go away. What was the one for that? I guess it didn't have a shortcut. There we go. So it's this one goes behind the other. So there should be point there, and same on this lower. Now we can get rid of those segments. There we go. Yeah, line art with vectors is a whole lot easier for me. What is even going on with all the stuff happening between Fred and Frank? What? Why are they exchanging money? Ah! Rude. Lobsters having fun. I mean, I guess they are. Go there. Hey! Why all the creepers? Why the snowballs? That. There we go. That should be the shape we need for that. So I might want to scoot. Oh, I forgot that was the point where they connected. It was annoying. Okay, there we go. I can select both. Oh, now I'm RGB. Nope, they should not fight. This one is a nice one. There. There. That's a weird question. I guess whoever is in the lava area? I don't know how you tell who's more hot between Papyrus and Sans. I mean, they're clever lobsters. They can learn a lot. It is very much a lobster marching band. The next here ends up there. Here. Maybe this one will go in a bit more. These are lobsters? I am confused. That is nothing but lobsters. We'll do there, I think. Next one. Keep forgetting that I also need to change the end of this to be like that. Make that more. Should be. I'd put. Get you. That kind of even it out a little bit more. Yeah, I think that looks better. You should make a song to commemorate making lobsters. I mean, you could. Also, the other thing I need to figure out is, do I need to be fixing the number of legs that they have, or do Fred and Frank just have 6 legs and 2 claws? Because I think they're supposed to have some other number of legs, and we just simplified it for the emotes. And I don't know whether we want to correct it now that we actually have space to correct it, or if we want to leave it as is. Possibly let Bro have 6. How many legs do lobsters actually have? I haven't actually looked that up yet. I have not checked. I've just been a bit busy. If you fix the legs, fix the torso? Well, then I need to figure out what's wrong with the torso. 8 legs? What is wrong with lobster torso as well, then? They have longer torso, then it goes into segments. Ah! Yeah, because then it's big chunk, and then the segments where the legs stop. And they do have 6 legs, so we're correct on the number of legs then, weren't we? Yeah, they have 6 legs. So then it's this segment that we're currently on should extend to at least over here. Though, is that straying too far from the emotes? How close do we want to stay to the emotes is the other question. We care more about accuracy to lobsters, or we care about accuracy to the emotes? If this is supposed to be a thing based on emotes. know. I could also just fix it on the emotes too, but that kind of makes more work for me. I seem quite happy with the emotes. They are recognizable as lobsters. Shadow, that is a weird one. You've somehow managed to create a message that doesn't display the same on any of the 3 chats that I have. That is... It has a flag in one of... It has a flag in the YouTube one. It doesn't have it in either of the Restream nor the Twitch one. I am very confused on how chat is actually managing to do this between them. Oh well. It's the North Korea flag? Fair enough. I don't know why Fred and Frank would be next to the North Korea flag, though. I don't know if they'd want to go there. Do a bit on this side. Well, don't send them to North Korea. They don't belong in North Korea. They belong in this chat. And I'm pretty sure the other chatters would not be very happy about you taking their favorite toy and sending them to North Korea. Over there. Still torn on what I'm doing with the segments, if I'm fixing it or not. Is it true that I used to work for the Banana Man? What? Wait. Who's the Banana Man? And I'm sure people's nicknames have changed, like, since I've known people. But I don't know any Banana Man. Go look at Lobster again. Right, they have 5 tail section. What if I just...
Something I'm scared of, I suppose. Monsters. There are many types of monsters in this world.
Yeah?
Monsters who will not show themselves.
Adds extra detail without changing the overall thing.
Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters
Well, I wish them luck in gambling and to be smart about it.
always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters.
There we go. That seems to work. And next bit there. Oh, they seem to have won it big. Yes, Nomster Biscuit. Probably needs that end to be rooted lower. There we go. Then both of those and make them round-ended. There we go. It is good to have it be a perfect block on stream. It's satisfying. Then it's just the segments and legs, basically. Probably best to actually continue like that, where it's just each of the bits, and then I can cut them out. Cut like the segments out like I did here if I need them. That way everything should flow smoothly together. A little bit. That one go. Kind of create that curve. Yeah, that's a nice one. What are Fred and Frank doing, Boca? What have you made them do there? Are those zombies? Are you having them fight zombies now? Alright. As long as they're being safe while fighting zombies, that's fine. No torture. They shouldn't get into torture. Fred and Frank care about consent. I don't even fully know what's going on with everything in chat. They have information about the secret third lobster. How did you know about the secret third lobster? I've already asked Tanny what we should name it. High fives all around. Yeah. Fair enough, Tommy. There we go. So that should be segments. You're just a good detective. Fair enough, fair enough. If you're that good a detective, do you know what we wanted to name it? It hasn't even been drawn or designed yet. But I have seen it, and I know what kind of lobster it's going to be if we end up making another one. Are they going camping now? Where's Poke? That one. Yeah, that's the one. Lobster shenanigans. Yeah. Lobster shenanigans is basically this entire stream, though. Or at least until I finish making better lobster stuff. Okay, no, they shouldn't eat a butterfly. That's not on their normal dietary list of things. Hydrating. What? Why is your brain saying frog? What is it saying frog in regards to? Lobster name? Yeah, lobster name is not frog. I can confirm that much. They're going on quite the adventure. Questions about what? I am a bit hesitant to generally just agree to can I ask questions. Like, you can try. I'm not gonna promise any answer. Oh, you want to ask what the mystery lobster name is? I want to hear a few more guesses first. I'm curious what you guys think the mystery lobster name would be. At the point. I just want to add a point again. No, it did not. It did not start with an F. It was not tied either. Feels off about this leg. Or is it back bit? That's segment. But it's not Jeff either. I don't think there's another hint I can give. Why is that not round? What if I say it started with a C? I'll give you the first letter. It is not cat. Nope. I am not the secret lobster. That would be a funny thing, though. Being a secret lobster. Carrie is a pretty... Carrie is closer than the other was, I would say. Because Tanny had suggested Charles as the lobster. And maybe I should go find a picture of what kind of lobster Charles was. Fix these points first. I guess there's just a stray point there. Ah, you're close with the fact that he was green. It was, what has gotten with my voice there? Crap, do I even remember what kind of lobster he was? What if we decide to add a bird? What do you mean add a bird? I'm struggling to remember what this lobster was. I might have to go back to the VR chat world we saw it in and take a picture of it. It was like a really fancy one with like striped legs and stuff, and it was kind of greenish in color. A shoulder pigeon. Yeah, I'm trying not to add as many like random PNG ones that I did before, because it was getting a little bit stressful trying to keep up with people's suggestions. So what I'm currently trying to do is actually get 3D models of Fred and Frank. And I know they were being worked on a little bit, and I was gonna do the UVs and stuff for them. We'll see if it ends up me doing more of it. We'll see though. Either way, I think I've lost what type of lobster it is, unfortunately. It's a shame, because I thought it was like some kind of spotted lobster. You tried, but it isn't working properly. Yeah, I can do it, though. I can still make them. I just didn't want to, like, immediately jump in and start modeling them if you were still working on them. No, not Larry. No Larry the lobster here. Oh well. I will just have to go back to the world and figure out what type he was. But I think that's pretty good for the outline. Hang on. Plug-in thing. Alright. Trying to fix audio drivers, and then you need to pull your computer open and clear the dust. Fair enough, fair enough. Hopefully you figure out computer issues. Let's do a new paint layer. And then we can make kind of a mask for this. Don't need a stabilizer on this right now. stabilizer is gonna mess us up. Actually, no. Basic stabilizer is probably good. Let's do... Just grab red color. Basic one. That should help us see it, and give us the right base color. Don't tell Tanny that you don't know the name of the lobster? Is that what you're saying? It is forgiven to not know the name of the lobster. And especially if you've not hung out in chat much. You just have to be friendly when you meet the lobsters. Because they are nice lobsters. I wonder if I should go a bit thinner on the outline. That is a pretty blocky outline.
Okay, be a bad boy and watch me find it out for myself.
I select them all, and then... Can I not go any smaller? That's too small, I guess. There we go. Probably... about there? We'll take a little bit of tweaking to get some of them matched back up, but I think that might be a good one. Yeah, the lobsters are community thing. I know, I definitely would not have come up with the lobsters on my own. There we go. That feels like it should be a lot better. This move. Using both platforms is a good way to avoid ads. That fixes that a bit. And then you're missing probably from... Oh shoot, wrong color. Color and wrong size as well. I think that was like for a lot small. Okay, way bigger than that. Play that line. About there, I think. Guess that's the wrong size too. That looks, yeah, that looked a little bit thicker. There, that should be the correct size. Send that there. There we go. Oh, so that feels way too... If Twitch uses location-based ones to map to Antarctica, probably ones for, like, hand warmers and stuff. Because it would probably do some climate-based ones. That would be my guess anyways. There we go. Alright, now back to coloring. Nope, wrong color. You were somehow gifted a sub, not similarly named Raid Video Vile back. Fair enough. I know Twitch has like some weird thing they do to decide who the gifted sub goes to. I don't remember what it is though. What's up with all the foxes now? That was one of their cute emotes. You like foxes? Fair enough. Foxes are very cute. So the main fox I know is Sleepy. Because Volky is a very sleepy fox. I hope he's awake enough for House Flipper when we do that on Sunday. I don't know if it goes to active chat or not. I remember seeing something weird about the priority possibly going to, like, the, newest or something? No, it wasn't newest. I don't remember. I can't comment. And anything I say is gonna be, like, half remembered at best, and that's not a good way of spreading information. So just know something might be weird with it. I don't know. I just remember seeing something about how Twitch distributes the gift subs. But definitely fact check anything you find, because it could just be rumor milling. And Foxy's pretty cool in FNAF. Not that I've ever played FNAF. You haven't missed much. We just finished the outlines more or less, and I'm now working on coloring in some of the stuff so we actually have a base to work with. No, that is the exact opposite of what I said. Though I am a god, so my word kind of is gospel in a way. Bit more tweaking, I feel like. Rude. I mean, Keidakat is how you say my name. It is kind of funny that I've had to put, or that I've just made so many shorts that are how you say my name, essentially. But it works really well when, like, it's just a nice way of saying my name, or, like, getting my name out there a bit better so people can actually remember how to say it. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was pronounced Keida. That was a common one. Keida or Keida are the two that I hear a lot. I think actually, the funny thing about my name was that it was originally made when I did a misspelling of a different nickname that someone had for me. And that other nickname was Keida. So people were correctly pronouncing my name. Because it was originally supposed to be Keida, but then I mistyped it, and it went for Keida. And I was like, well, no, I'm just Keida. It was one of those weird iterations. Yes, my shirt does light up. And yeah, it is basically one of those tasks failed successfully moments. Yep. Yeah, I like that it's close to Kitty Cat. It is very accurate. Though I've always been a bit of a shapeshifter. Why are you trying to annoy people, Eternal? Oh, that bit of a mistake on that one there. You love your cat? What kind of cat is your cat? Because there are many kinds of cats. I'm curious. We have a calico named Cat. And it's funny because I'm also a calico cat named Cat. But I'm with a K. Cat's with a C. And my boyfriend named our cat before he met me. But I was the second cat in his life. Gray and white cat. Very nice, very nice. Is she like one of those stripy ones? Wait, what do you mean because of me? You accidentally called your cat— oh, you called your cat Keidakat. Okay. That makes sense. That is kind of silly though. I get blamed for a lot of stuff. I've gotten blamed for global warming, for how my friend's day went. I've just had a lot of people blame me for random stuff. But I don't know if that's weirder or less weird than being called a cult leader. I think cult leader is probably more accurate, though. I did not invent potatoes. I hate potatoes. What? What are you saying, Chris? It's spelling. I get it's supposed to be like Keita, like kitty, but it's more like Keita. I mean, yeah. It's one of those that it's not directly supposed to be kitty cat. It's just close. I have been blamed for people blaming me, yes. And no, potatoes were the work of Earth's god. And don't ask me where they are, I have no idea. I mean, I don't know how to explain the whole thing of people blaming me for stuff and saying that it's my fault that people blame me for stuff. But I also can't say that they're wrong, because I don't deny a lot of stuff. No, I did not invent burgers either. There's definitely a lot of stuff that is like, yeah, I've definitely done that, or like I didn't do anything to stop that type thing. Kind of the whole shtick of being God as stuff accidentally happens. We still have burgers, I just didn't invent them. I am not going to claim ownership of man-made items unless I, like, was the one that actually made them. And burgers were entirely man-made. I try and be a just god. And if I wanna inspire people to create things, because I like creation, I'm a god of creation, I like making things and seeing other people make things, then I can't claim that I've done things that people have made. That would just be wrong. And nuggets do sound good. I mean, which emoji? Nugget ramen earlier? What's nugget ramen? Is that just ramen with nuggets? Like you would have the Katsuan ramen? And the emoji? I mean, I guess that's fair. Yeah, nuggets with ramen does sound interesting. You're battered chicken nugs and ramen. Oh, not soupy ramen. So like maize men then? Because maize men is delicious. Or was it more like yakisoba? So I suppose they're very similar. Okay. I like noodles if you can't tell. Udon is really good. Korean fried chicken with ramen. That is very good. Goddess of creation by anyone creative notion. Not necessarily. Because being the god of something is, I don't want to say like being the manager of something, but it's kind of the same vein where, like, even though I have control over it, even though it is, like, kind of my domain, people who do it under me, or, like, who just do it as well, don't necessarily owe everything to me because they've done it. Like, that's not how that works. People still make things, and those creations are still their own. I do my best to make sure that everyone has ownership of their own creations. Even if you make fan art of me, I will try and, like, respect what you want done with that fan art. So I'm not gonna, like, post it on my own social media unless I get the okay. Or I'm not gonna use it as, like, on-stream backdrop or a thumbnail or something before I hear, yes, you can do that. Did they have a reason for removing the chicken? Did they just, like, run out and not get a good supplier back or something? I mean, there's a bunch of weird tests to see the kinds of things you would be. And God of Sleep seems like a weird one. Well, not really. I suppose there has to be a God of Sleep. But also, I don't know what a god of sleep's goal or job really is, unless they're just really into making sure people get good night's sleep. Yeah, you're right on that, Chris. Zeus... I don't think Zeus stops being hard, I'll be honest. Cake does sound good. But what kind of cake? There are a lot of different kinds of cake. Not all cake is good. Well, like, not all cake is good for me. I am picky when it comes to cake. I am the type who likes sweet things, but it has to be certain sweet things. Like, I don't like apple pie. But that's just because I don't like many cinnamon desserts. Cinnamon works better with savory for me. Oh, they removed the chicken a couple years ago and it's still gone? That's a shame. And please do get some rest at some point. You cannot survive on coffee alone. Huh. I don't remember the last time I've... Actually, no, I've had, like, tiramisu once at, like, an Olive Garden. Like, tiramisu is one of those cakes that I have not... I don't know if I should say that I've actually had it, since I've only had it at Olive Garden. Kind of thing. I don't know if that counts. And tell me, I like cinnamon and savory things. Like, beef ramen with cinnamon in it is delicious. I mean, we can argue about anything. It could be over sleep, it could be over foods. It's not hard to start an argument, honestly. And I know I've started many an argument with frickin' hot dogs or tacos. Oh, being allergic to cinnamon would suck. Sandwich implies 2 individual slices, though. So tacos are not sandwiches. Tacos are their own structural element. A Big Mac is also cake. That's another fun one. And the C is soup. It is terribly cooked soup, but it is always getting cooked. Tacos are hot dogs. That is a different stance. Yes, those would be tacos. The folded sandwich. Like, a sub is a taco. A sub from Subway is a taco. If you stack 2 lasagna, you will only have 1 lasagna. You are correct on that. That is in fact how lasagna works. What is the largest lasagna that could be made and support its own weight before you just end up with a lasagna black hole? I know there is some cake out there that has gotten pretty darn close to a black hole, but that's because it didn't rise properly and then they just stacked multiple together. So then you just end up with the densest frickin' cake ever. Jupiter? Oh, it's Jupiter, the amount of lasagna you could stack. I'm not sure how that correlates, though. Yes. Okay, two pizzas stacked so that the bottom sides are facing out is a sandwich. Would that be lasagna? I think you would need more tomato and cheese on top for it to be lasagna. Because lasagna doesn't have just pasta on top. But it's close. I don't think having layers is the only thing that makes something an ogre, otherwise cake would be an ogre. A calzone is... Pie is technically having the, like, bread on all sides except for the top. So no, a calzone is not pie. A quiche is a pie, and what else was the other weird pie? Oh, there's this thing from Little Caesars that is like pizza cupcake. That's a pie. I don't know how to describe it other than the freaking pizza cupcake. That's not at all what it is, but that's what it felt like. No, taco is on bottom and two sides. Pie is on all sides except top. Because we're going by cube rule on that. Yeah, calzones are very yummy. Most pizza-based stuff is pretty yummy. So, now here's something that chat's probably gonna argue about. What is the best type of pizza? Not topping, type. How did we get on to food? I don't know. It happens. Just one of those universal things that everyone knows about. So it strikes a lot of conversation. Detroit style. What was Detroit style pizza again? I don't remember. But I know I like New York style. New York style is pretty darn good. Wait, any pizza without... Okay. Oh, what? Without tomatoes and pineapple? What about sauce? Do you not like tomato sauce on your pizza, Tommy? I swear there's another word for one that is just crust on top, not on the sides. So I think I'm just thinking of a pot pie, which is its own thing. You're okay with sauce, just not actual tomatoes? The only different thing with Detroit style pizza is any square pizza. So it's Detroit pizza just square? Is that it? Tomatoes do kind of have a slimy texture. Have fun at work, Tommy. Fair enough. I wonder how far I'll get in 30 minutes. I used to eat pizza without cheese quite often, but that's also because I'm lactose intolerant. So when I was a kid, that was one of the things where I noticed, hey, pizza without the cheese does not upset my tummy. I want to eat that whenever we go for pizza. Oh, square deep dish pizza. Oh, so that's like Jet's Pizza is Detroit style then. That's pretty good. Detroit style is pretty good pizza too. Oh, fair enough. Some people are just picky eaters. Some just don't like cheese or something. New York style pepperoni bacon pizza. I don't know if I've ever actually had bacon on pizza. I do like pepperoni pizza though. Pepperoni pizza's pretty good. I'm trying to think of what is the weirdest pizza I've had now. I guess the weirdest pizza that I've had is probably actually just the Thai chicken pizza from California Pizza Kitchen, because it feels weird calling that pizza. It's just flatbread. Pushing pear plush, very nice. What is the weirdest pizza you've seen? I'm curious now. There we go, that should fix that. Mayonnaise and corn on pizza sounds very, very weird. Though, Japan does like their mayonnaise. So then let's duplicate this layer. If we put that above this one, add the alpha channel to it. Now that is lined up with that. I don't know if that's actually useful. I was gonna blur it out and try and see if I could steal the shading from it, but so much stuff is no longer aligned that it seems kind of useless to do. That's fair. That's a pretty good thing to ask Danny. They clearly remember some stuff from Japan. A normal pepperoni pizza with circles of store-bought provolone. Apparently it tastes like lasagna? That is a weird one. I don't know. Though I suppose it's not hard to make pizza taste like lasagna. Most of the core components are already there. And especially if you were to stick on some cream cheese. That'd probably make it taste more like lasagna. Or like lasagna too. School pizza is its own beast, that's for sure. I know for a while the internet was pretty wild about none pizza left beef. That was a pretty silly one. If you stack a bunch of pizzas, would you have lasagna? I'd say so. That seems like lasagna to me. Your school pizza was actually circular and tasted pretty good. That's a rarity. You don't often hear that. Most school pizzas I've heard of are not the good kind. That is pretty impressive. A bunch of Little Caesars pizzas. I'd say you have a cake at that point, Boca. Because that does not seem like a proper sandwich that has many layers. Right. Where's a better one? Garbage. Yes! Putting pizza on lasagna just makes it a bigger lasagna. Yeah, no, I don't like the paint ones at home. Maybe this one? So the paint lays on so thick. It does not have to be sweet, because Big Mac is cake. Yeah, the cardboard square pizza is kind of the standard. That's your pretty basic lunchroom pizzas. Big Mac buns are basic white bread, which is basically cake, but it'd still be cake if the buns were wheat or rye. That's a good question. I can't say for sure. Probably, though. No, it's not an ogre. There's more to being an ogre than having layers.
Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. Cunning than other monsters.
Yeah, putting lasagna on cake would be very weird. What is the weirdest thing that you could put on a cake and probably still have it taste good? Because I'm sure there's plenty of things that are weird to put on cake and would be disgusting. But if we're looking for things that specifically taste alright, like, would not completely ruin the cake, what is the weirdest thing you could add? I'm pretty sure that coffee was weird at some point, but is now normalized due to tiramisu. The food terminology talks, yeah, I dig them too. Chili powder. Yeah, that might work, especially if you do, I know you can coat, like, pineapples or mangoes in spices and have it still be good. So if you do a fruit-based cake like that, that would probably make sense for adding spice to it. I think the other one that you could probably do is, like, exotic fruits, like durian and stuff. I'm sure you could probably find some way of making an exotic fruit work in a cake. Exotic butters. Probably. I don't see why you couldn't use, like, almond butter, goat butter, or something in a cake. Sweet Baby Ray's. Someone... I'm pretty sure someone made Sweet Baby Ray's ice cream. So I don't see why not. And fair enough, Shadow. Have a fun shower. What else would be weird on a cake? Anything beyond just the basics. A1 sauce on a cake? Yeah, that'd be pretty weird. I don't think I've ever actually tried A1 sauce, so I can't say if it would work or not. I hadn't even picked up my cup yet. Hi, Tanny! 1, 2. Yes, it is Fred. We are working on Fred. What would be something else weird on cake? I'm trying to think of things that are, like, still sweet, but not normal on cakes. I'm drawing a blank on sweet things, though. Because, like, ice cream cake's already a thing. So that's clearly not one. That's common. Frank would be weird on a cake. I don't know if you could make a good lobster cake, though. I can't think of many ways of introducing meat into a cake and having it be tasty. Peppermint you could probably do. And there's definitely peanut butter cakes. No uranium. do not eat uranium. Chicken I lump in with other meats. I don't know how you'd accomplish a meat cake that is still sweet and yummy. But I suppose they've done meat pies, so surely. If you just take... Well, but those are more savory pies. Yeah, I still don't know how you do a meat cake that is sweet. Well, if it's a cake made only of chicken, then it's not really a cake, and it's also not sweet. We're specifically looking for sweet cakes. And I'm not saying you couldn't make a cake out of frickin' chicken. I'm sure you can make, like chicken lasagna and a cream sauce, and that would be pretty darn good. But that's not the sweet cake we're looking for. Black Forest cake is actually good. What? There's no way Black Forest cake has fish in it. Where in the world would Black Forest cake have fish in it? Gold titanium alloy in cake. I probably would not recommend that, but there are edible metals or something out there. Do not make a Keidakat cake. Do not turn me into cake. I already have enough people trying to eat me as a Tide Pod. Don't actually try and make me something edible. Fish cakes on a sweet cake? I doubt that would work well. No. Well, yeah, but we're looking for what is the weirdest thing you could put on a cake, Tanny. Sugar cookie into cake? I'm sure that's been done. I am sure people have put sugar cookies on cake. Like, at least for cake decorating and stuff. I would not recommend eating tungsten. That does not sound like a good idea. I believe tungsten is a heavy metal and you're not generally supposed to ingest those. We are looking for edible items here. Thanks, boy. No, do not put mercury in your cake. That's not good either. Quit trying to poison the cake. What is like the weirdest candy bar specifically? Because I'm sure there are some weird candy bars out there, right? And I know there's like plenty of those candies that have the bugs in them. That's probably one weird one you could put in there. Candied crickets. Why would marshmallows on a cake beat you? Marshmallows on a cake doesn't seem like it'd be that bad. But that's also because my favorite ice cream is cake mixed with caramel and marshmallows, so marshmallow and cake just sounds like a nice pairing to me. I've not eaten many bugs, I will admit. I'm sure I've eaten a few at some point, I just don't entirely remember. Yes, Black Forest cake is the portal cake, if I recall as well. That up. Marshmallow embedded with the cake. That would be pretty delicious. Yes, it is appreciated not to flood chat with the recipe. Up the shade there. Fair enough, Danny. I hope you have fun AFK. Looks like that's coming together pretty well. In here. How many raw elements into a cake before it explodes? It depends on how you're exploding the cake, I suppose. If you're going down the periodic table of elements, then probably not all that far, actually, because I believe some of the higher elements do interact with each other quite violently. I don't 100% remember, though. Yes, gold could go on cake just fine. But I know... I haven't even picked up the water bottle yet. It really likes spraying me. 1, 2, you done? 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Hydrate's done. But yeah, elements can be very dangerous. If I recall, bismuth is pretty dangerous too. Dangerous does not mean yummy. Do not get those confused. Boy, thank you for the follow. I don't believe bismuth is safe to eat though, so do not use it as a cake decoration. My shading's starting to go a little wonky, I think. But I'll fix it when I do the light. Yeah, potassium is. Wait, what are you putting on for a spicy cake? No, that's not how you make a spicy cake. Put like frickin' actual spices, like curry or something, curry spice. Do bananas produce antimatter? I do feel like I vaguely remember hearing about that somewhere. You know what? I am now curious. What is the most delicious element on the periodic table? And it has to be an actually edible element that will not harm you by consuming it. And what's up, Tanny? No, uranium is not actually edible. We're going for the non-harmful ones here. I don't think plutonium's edible either. 1 to 6. Sodium? Sodium on its own is highly dangerous, if I recall. So that still wouldn't be a good one, would it? Because you have to do sodium chloride for it to be safe for consumption. The sodium chloride is table salt. Yeah, chlorine's not safe either. Chlorine is a poisonous gas, I believe. Oxygen? Yeah, oxygen's safe for consumption. So oxygen would probably count for this. Little do you guys know that I'm just tricking you into learning chemistry. seriously, random questions like this are one of my preferred ways of learning random trivia. Dihydrogen monoxide. That's technically not a singular element, it's not what we were asking. But it is a tasty one.
Okay, be a bad boy and watch me find it out for
So,
myself.
pure dihydrogen monoxide is not tasty. You're an Arctic fox with a 3D printer, Shadow? That sounds like a fun combination. Glucose. Glucose is a molecule, is it not? Gatoradium. It might. It probably won't be edible though, because if a new element makes its debut, it's going to be frickin' larger than uranium at that point. And that's probably not going to be a very stable element. Getting going. Pretty accurate for what it was. I just need to grab the lighter color again. Start doing some of the highlights again. Do we like sharper highlights or more of a blended one? I suppose carbon is a safe to consume one, I believe. Well, I kind of like that way of doing it, where it just little bubbles. The theoretical island of stability? I have not. What is that? And do not eat harmful chemicals or substances of any matter. No drinking bleach either. I have not drank much strawberry milk. I have, like, little to no opinion on strawberry milk. What else is a tasty edible element? I need to tweak that claw a little bit. Also not liking... Actually, a lot of the shading on this is kind of meh. How do I want to fix this? Maybe that's some of the problem there. That's helping a little bit. I feel like this claw in general though needs like a little bit more saturation to it. So blurring it out like this does give it a bit more of a painterly touch. What is your favorite type of crisp? Good luck on your trip, Marvel. Skeleton ones? What are skeleton crisps? Oh, you mean, yeah, it's crisp. Okay, yeah. I got that. Took me a second. And they're talking about you, Crisp. But I like Cool Ranch Doritos. Those are pretty good crisps. Probably a bit, but we can add more detail to it after we go through and finish doing this. You like spicy ones? I don't know the last time I've actually tried spicy crisps, now that I think about it. Actually, no. There are some mochi chip thingies that I really like. That there was a curry flavor, and it's really good. Those are kind of spicy. I love those. Takis do count as crisps, yes. Huh. That is an interesting thing, Eternal. I have no idea how science would even go about finding that, but I have little idea on how science does many things. Science is in a way magic when you don't understand parts of it. Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea about neutron stars basically being giant atoms. That is... That's pretty good. Millions of years does make sense for the scale of a star. I do have to wonder, what is the shortest living celestial object? I have no idea on that one. I am not a very big space nerd. I know very little about space. I'm sure if you asked me to name the planets, I would probably get the order wrong. And probably forget some. And maybe come up with one. I don't know if a bean is a celestial object, I'll be honest. You're still talking about the island of stability? Fair enough. Black holes that last for fractions of a second, but they're teeny tiny. That would probably be the smallest celestial, or the shortest living celestial object then. Black hole that collapses very quickly would make sense for that. I wonder if there's something that's just like the celestial equivalent of a spark. That would technically also be a celestial object that lasts for a very short period of time. Yay, hug! Solar flare? It's hard to call a solar flare an object, though. Solar flare feels more like an event. So I suppose, what are celestial objects but events taking place over a very long period of time? Why the jar? Confused? Now there's 2 jars. Alright, that just doubles my question. Neutron stars are so dense. The neutrons mash together to make unique shape. Look up nuclear spaghetti. That is interesting. I may have to look at that. I don't know why, but that kind of reminded me of the theory, the kind of joke theory that our entire universe was made for like some cosmic aliens class project, and they just didn't get a good grade on it. Because it changes nothing, but it's just fun to think about as like a possible origin story for everything. Hey 8-bit, how you? Nuclear flying spaghetti monsters confirmed? Possibly, possibly. It would be very hard to disprove. That's why it's funny. Those ones are the type of theories that change absolutely nothing about how you interact with the universe. Could be real, could be a thing. You never know. But it doesn't matter. Off to grab pizza? Everyone's getting pizza today. Though I had SpaghettiOs. I'm getting pizza tomorrow. I actually normally have pizza on stream days, but since I'm having it tomorrow, I'm not having it today. We have a yeet command. Just use the yeet command. If everything's a simulation, then it doesn't matter. Because you are just engaging with the simulation. What is my hand doing? Weird. You had burger? Nice. Ooh, free pizza? Free pizza is good. My hand tracking doing? Do I need to turn on another light? we'll see if that helps. But throw would be throwing objects at them. Oh, what you're thinking of is food fight then. So food fight doesn't let you control where you're throwing the object. Eh. I can't give you anything, Atami. I'm not the one with free pizza. I think that was 8-bit, if I remember correctly. There we go. That should be cleared out basically everything. Now I can work on getting that back in. How the frick did you land nowhere? And yeah, YouTube can be a little bit laggy from time to time. It just takes a second. V11s could be Gaper Lobsters, could be the entire 2017 Fiat Spider. I mean, that's fair. Oh my gosh, no, if there is anything that I don't want, it is I don't want the universe to be a reality show. Please, no. Of all of the things, not that. Hydrating. Hydrate checked off. I mean, I suppose streaming is technically a reality show, but it feels very weird to call it that. Yeah. Streams go for a while. Yeah, no, let's stray away from politics, please. I don't like bringing politics into streams. People typically use them as an escape from that stuff. But yeah, reality TV as the reason for the universe does feel like it would be a very bizarre thing to be, but I could also see that being the case, which is why it's kind of disappointing. People are weird enough. No, you don't have to delete them. It's fine enough to just leave it at that. A singular mention isn't gonna result in anything. It's just kind of a be careful. What would be the best case, like, world is a simulation type theory? What would be the best one to have happen? Chicken. What if the universe was somebody's coding project that was broken and a software update? Why everything went downhill? I mean, as long as they fix it, that would be a pretty good way of doing it. One of the ones that I like that I've seen before is the theory that life is like where you learn what your core is type thing. So the 7 deadly sins aren't actually sins, it's just what your favorite flavor or favorite thing is type thing. So it's kind of the what do you want to do for the rest of time? That's why you spend limited time here figuring out, okay, what's actually important to you? Because it makes trials make sense a little bit. That's also just a funny story I've read at some point. Back into this. The world and the universe, all its splendor is actually someone's fifth-dimensional computer desktop wallpaper. That's a new one. Yeah, finding out your favorite flavor of what life is, I guess. There we go, that's looking a lot better with the shading. Just takes some finagling. I think it's just missing some highlights now. Oh, cake flavor. I mean, that would be weird. Just the theory that the entire universe is just a way to, like, solve some cosmic entity's poll for what is the best flavor of cake. Because you've got to have all of humanity there to figure out what kind of cake flavors should exist. And then you've got to have a large sample pool of all of the ones that could possibly eat it. So that you have all the different palettes. Pie flavored pie? That's an Asta thing, isn't it? Here. There we go. There we go. Wait, what, Tommy? I'm confused. Did I miss something? They didn't give you the update where you're not forgetting. Oh, talking about the coding stuff. Yeah. Why bonk? Just have fun, Boka. No. Why bonk? So I need to update that that command because it still uses the old community name. I need to change that to being a naughty critter. Right. Yeah, Lost used to be the old name for the community, but I kind of stopped using it. And then we had the community poll, and everyone decided that we're critters, or you guys are all critters. No, don't do crimes. I do not recommend doing crimes. In fact, I advise against doing crimes. Why would a god suggest you sin? Did we like that? Felt good? Or did I fudge it? Yes, VTuber lore is funny. Have you thought about your lore, Tanny? That's the other thing. You have a broken 3D printed Nerf gun scope? Fair. I think if you're not aware of the harm, it's not specifically a sin. But that also feels weird. No, I don't like that. Feels too bright. Yes, that makes sense. Maybe you just put there. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. So now it's just missing the eye. Oh, you got an idea for your model? What is it? Basically, I had pure black on that. Oh, it wasn't quite pure black. I had band-aids on you to show bad luck. We could definitely do that. I'll have to see what I can do for that. Oop, I miscolored that. Colorful band-aids. They could look like the sprinkles. We could just steal the sprinkle colors and put them on as band-aids. Alright, I need light color, which I think was basically pure white on that. So like there. Okay, that got a lot cuter immediately. What made me want to get into streaming? Basically the fact that I love creating things, but struggle to actually complete them. So I decided to start showing the process rather than the completed project. So that way I'd be more likely to actually complete things. And so far it has mostly worked. There's definitely some stuff that I still... like, it's not ever getting done, but I'm a lot closer on things. These will get less white in a second. Trying to put them in the right spot. That almost sounds like an insult. Less white. There. Will Frank be shinier? I don't currently have plans to make him shinier. Like that? Or... There we go. I think that's the way to do it. Wait. What is in that old song, Rock Lobster? I'm confused. I mean, everyone does love him, so everyone is buttering him up. That seems pretty accurate. I'm also missing... What there? We still need Charles? Yes. I mentioned Charles. Though, Tanny, do you remember what kind of lobster Charles was? I forgot the kind. I wanted to pull up an example of what Charles looks like, but I completely blanked on the name of the lobster. Other than the name we came up with. And it's bugging me. You'll get photo later? That's fair. So is that Fred done? Do we have accurate Fred? Did I forget anything? Ooh, I have, hang on, hydrate. Check off the hydrate. I just did the hydrate. There is one thing that I think I want to add to this that is not on the emote, but would be absolutely adorable. Can I focus on thing? There we go. No shiny teeth on a lobster. Shiny teeth on a lobster sounds terrifying. I need probably one. Oh no, that's the wrong layer. It needs to be on its own layer. Okay, no, that is too blue. No photorealistic human teeth. That would be terrifying. I've already tried realistic teeth on a VTuber model. It don't work. Yeah, what do we think about blushy? Should there be cute blushy? I'm having a hard time thinking of where it goes, though. I think there was probably cutest. No blushy? Blushy no good? Oh, why is Steam VR decided it's going on? And yet again, some add-ons are blocked. No, lobsters should not commit murder. Alright, we do layer, layer from visible. Be right there. You guys really like hydrating me today. So that's most days, isn't it? With those. There we go, hydrated. Welcome back, Katami. I mean, if they had to get revenge for people trying to eat them, I don't think you guys want me to do the same, because many of you have tried to eat me. I keep telling you, don't eat Tide Pods. And Tanny, I don't know if I could really blame you for this. Chat has always been like this. I mean, yes, eating and biting are different, but people have still tried to eat me and called me a Tide Pod. Boxed. Box. There we go. I flipped it the other way around. Now I'm in the box. I mean, you're not wrong that most of the hydrate chains are started by you. But chat has always liked to hydrate me. Box again? One. Flip the box. I mean, that works. I can at least see what I'm doing now. Now I should be able to shift this, get us to Frank colors the other way.
Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters
Frank
who
was
devour
that
dreams.
deep blue.
Monsters who suck
Oh,
blood.
did we land on it?
Monsters
Hey! I think I actually landed like on the near exact color.
lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters.
Let's see. Let's put this one here so we can actually side by side them. Not that one. Ooh. Yeah, 'cause that's pretty much the same color, isn't it? And this song is definitely a very good song, Atami. Why would I taste like raw potatoes? I hate potatoes. Alright, we can save this one as Frank 12. And then... And yes, Restream Bot is a bot. That is the bot that links the two chats. So it'll usually say Restream Bot and then Twitch and whatever the name was. And then save this one as red one. Alright, so we've got like 30 minutes left of stream. Oh, ooh. There we go. It's been a while since someone redeemed that one. Blue and orange gummy worm? Yeah, probably. Orange and blue raspberry flavored would be pretty accurate for me. So much biting going on in chat, though. So now that we've got these done, what kind of merch do you guys actually want to see for Fred and Frank is my next question. Now that I've got both of them and can turn them into stuff. Because one of the ones I'm thinking of is pajama pants that have like the tiled design with Fred and Frank. That'd be pretty cute. Especially with a shirt that has like the heart between them. That'd be a really cute pajama set. Actually, I wonder if I can make the tile design now. Let's do new document, measure this in inches. We'll probably say, oh, you still want the V5 hoodie? So, right, because I was talking about making that both a sweater and a hoodie. So that's a bit lower on my list, because that means I have to redo that outfit on this model too, which is going to take a little bit more. I'm significantly closer on like t-shirt and pajama pants. Do you want a V4 space hoodie? I'm pretty sure you don't. And also, bye, Boca. I am reasonably sure you do not want V4's face on anything. Why am I getting yeeted? And why am I on the moon now? Yeah, I need 36 by 36. And then make this a tiled pattern. Actually, we'll grab here, this layer. Copy layer. And then we go to here, paste layer. Now we can have that one. Red shirt. I was thinking a shirt that has both of them, where you have like the standard Fred and Frank heart. Layer to visible. There we go. And then, do I actually have vector version of the heart that I like? I feel like I should, but it doesn't look like I do. Oh wait, maybe I do? New document. Yes, that is a vector layer. So I can grab this layer and then put that in heart. And then since this is a vector layer, it should scale smoothly. I don't know how it actually jumped to that size, but that works. Can I tweak the end of this? Yeah, because the end of this is kind of jank, to say the least. I want to smooth this out at least. Yes, 8-bit, that's what I'm making. A little bit more. Ah. There we go. Oh, what have I done? There we go. This one was the one for the squavern. Oh, you want this to be a sticker for the Discord? This would make a pretty good sticker, wouldn't it? Could put that on a shirt, make it a sticker. Should work pretty well. Wait, mirror them twice over so they're at the bottom of each other and kitty corner of each other too? I am confused. I'm glad you like the shading. Oh, though, I just noticed, because Fred looks shinier than Frank. I might need to update Frank a little bit. Because that looks a little wrong to me. I don't think Fred should be the shinier of the two. A favorite bird? That's a different question. And I was planning on doing tiling on the pants. This would be more like the shirt design. But I think isn't a Desert Eagle a gun? I'm glad you didn't roll high enough for Fred, Tanny, because I don't actually have them set up. I currently just have Cone of Shame set up, and Snowballs now. But let's go back to the Frank one. Try and fix Frank a little bit. Okay, that you can't roll a D100 for that. That's not what you roll a D100 for. Also, did I actually answer the question for bird, or did I get confused? I think I got confused. I like pigeons and also like ravens and stuff. I like a lot of birds. But pigeons are fun to chase. You just wanted to roll a dice, fair enough. Oh, what if I do... Rather than do that... Layer... Where is the layer I need? It is... That one, okay. So duplicate this layer. And then since this one is entirely just mirrored, we should be able to select all, then transform and mirror it. There we go. Now it's mirrored. And that should get that to be fully as shiny. Wait, no, that's Frank. Don't save over Fred. Give me a second. 12. 10 high enough for what? What were you trying to do again? Oh, for the cone? 10 is not high enough for cone. There we go, hydrated. And Crisp, you gotta say what you're rolling for before you roll. Now if I put Frank back in here, layer, is that properly as shiny? Yeah, that looks like it's equally as shiny. I think that works. Then I can use old placement to just line this up better. Here we go. And get rid of that one. And there would be t-shirt design. Yes, giraffe. Oh, 14 for cone is high enough. Let me put on the cone. There we go. Cone is on. I don't have a bird that can sit on my head at the moment. Currently, the only thing available is the cone. I will keep trying to add things, but I think for now, if you put things in the suggestion box and they get good responses, I'll add them. I think that's how I'm gonna do it, where they have to be suggested in the Discord prior to stream, and only stuff that I have pre-put in will be able to be rolled for on stream. Does that seem fair? That way it's a little bit less disruptive. And it's still fun. You can still suggest things. Right, now back to trying to make a what is it? Tiled pattern. That's what I was going for. We've now got shirt pattern here. I misspelled pattern, but I think that's fine. And then if I grab both of them and insert them as layers. Do maybe like there, and then red can go there-ish. That seems pretty good. I mean, anything you want to make. If you want to make 3D models for me to make people, or allow people to roll for it, go for it. I will slowly find more things. And as things get more developed, I'll probably add more to the Twitch rewards as well, so that you can, like, toggle them on through that. I'm debating if I want to add the heart to it too, because it is a very, very common thing with them. So let's turn off wraparound mode for a second. Copy and paste. Add butter? No, we are not going to cook our lobster friends here. What do we think? That's nice? Okay. If we like that, what color background is the next question? We could do like kind of a faded pink, maybe? No, it definitely needs to be something that's, if it's a color, it can't have much gray tone to it. But I don't really want it to just be white either. Maybe a yellow? You think a tan? All kinds of color suggestions. Green might be good. I think that's way too vibrant of a yellow. Something more like that was what I was thinking. See if that works. Yeah, that one's not too bad. I think that's a pretty decent one. I'll add a new layer to try for a good green. Let's try just changing it over to green. And probably more of a yellow green and something that's a bit maybe there. No, that's way too dark. I need to stop trying to do this in that mode. There we go. Why does Stream Avatar have stars shooting out of your butt? Do you have particle effects on? I don't know. There's a lot of weird effects that happen with stream avatars, I think. Because I know Eternal always has the hearts. Weird. Tan sandy color would work. Try magenta. We already have the tan kind of sandy color with that one, I think. Which I do think works really well. I think that looks adorable for like pajama pants. But I will try a magenta. Because that would be about there. Go. Gonna be in VR? Fair enough. Turn off the mirroring. I feel like the magenta's a bit much. Having it be a color between them feels a little bit odd. I think going pastel is definitely the way. Pastel kind of works, but not as good as I think the yellow. I think yellow is still my favorite. What do you guys think? Is yellow the way to go, or is there another color we want to see? Have fun, Tanny. Try cyan? Cyan might be a bit too close to Frank, but I'll try it. What kind of... that one maybe? I guess that works. It's not majorly close. You can see the magenta and sandy yellow working for the pajama tops and bottoms. Mint. So you like the green one that we had, Tanny? This was the mint one we tried. You know what? Let me actually... more of a light greenish blue. What if I just do this and then put opacity at like half? A bit. There? Like that? Is that what you're thinking? That is a pretty good color for it, I think. That's more mint? Okay, well, you've now seen mint. Okay, so that's a lot of looks nice from chat. So I think this is probably our winner then. And let me merge these two for a second. Group those. Duplicate this one. Break that out to its own. We've got light blue, mint, or yellow. And I think I'm gonna make sure of this. Actually, wait, should I do a poll here or should I do a poll on our Discord? Because I do want to make sure that we're getting the one that people are most happy with. So I do think actually, I might just say that one. The mint is the mint is pretty darn good. In the Discord? Okay. So I will plan to do it in the Discord. That way we can confirm. And then I'll put together shirt and pants for pajama setup. And it will be a while before these go on my Etsy. Because I do need to make sure that I get some shipped to me first to make sure that they actually come out good. Sandy yellow for pajama bottoms and mint green for top? I was thinking of just, like, white for top, but that might be better. You're correct. Or what if we do the sandy yellow for the top and mint green for bottoms? That'd be cute, too. Because then it's like you're lying on the, lying with your legs in the ocean type thing. I don't know. I'll mess around with it. I'll figure it out. Put some versions out on Discord. Order pajama pants like this for your nieces. Very nice. I'll have to make sure that they come in youth sizes then, probably too, wouldn't I? I just played on ones that are unisex. And I don't know if they go full youth sizes. I'll have to look. But that is definitely something that I need to think about. So we've managed to accomplish what we set out to do today, which was make merch quality versions of Fred and Frank. I'm probably gonna add them as stickers to the Discord too. That is fair, Tanny. I should look into youth sizes for you. We didn't get to the Portal Cat one, and I don't think we have time to. We've got like 4 minutes left. So I'll have to make sure that I remove that from the YouTube title. And that'll be for next time. But I am quite happy with the progress today. We got high quality stuff. I'll probably have to make Fred and Frank pins and stuff too. But we'll see. We'll see what I can make. Is there anything else I want to do before stream is done? And, well, one thing is I should hide the cone of shame prop. It's been there for a while. Since I've completed the thing, no more shame. I've done it. That is fair, Tanny. That is fair. Oh, also, one of the since things now, Tanny, since the last time we played on VR chat, I just see my excitable face everywhere. Just since we played frickin' Gigas and saw me just looking really happy about being defeated. No, I just look that happy so often. It's silly. And I wasn't crying, so it didn't take very long for the crying to stop. Oh, I should go over, what next stream plans are. Because we've got, the House Flipper stream on, Sunday with Volky. And that is, as long as, Volky is feeling up to it. He's been a little bit under the weather on Tuesday, I think, so I'm hoping he's feeling better. I'm not quite sure if that would be considered large. It will have the size chart, like all of my other ones do. And that's fair, Chris. I can see the fun in that. But then, also on Tuesday, we have Kiwi, or that's the current plan with Squee. Hopefully, we can continue that game and have fun with it. I'll make sure that I have backup plans in case plans change again. And then on next Thursday should be, I believe that's the Portal 2 stream. Let me double check. I have not scheduled that one yet, but it should be in my list of ones. Yeah, because we've got House Flipper, followed by Kiwi on Tuesday, Portal 2 on Thursday, and then on Saturday we have Scrap Mechanic again. So I will hopefully get all of the thumbnails done for those this weekend, and you will see all of the streams coming up on coming up for the next week on Monday. Do challenge co-op? I don't know if we're gonna start on challenge mode. I don't know how much Portal the person I'm playing with has played, but I do have co-op planned for Portal. I'm doing it with Adam, who is here in chat. Hi. Yeah, Adam, what do you think of challenge mode for Portal co-op? I don't actually know how to swap it to that either. And let me see who we should raid while you're answering that. You're gonna get some lunch. Fair enough, Chris. Oh. Well, the creative mojo might be stopping since I'm ending stream. It says punishment for ending stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Let's play Portal like 10 years ago, so you're ready for challenge. Ah! Maybe we'll see. That's fair. It is a good way to waste points. Have fun, Chris. Let's see. Who do we want to raid? I want to pick someone that's not super huge. Can I not get a hydrate for long enough for me to find someone to raid? There we go, hydrated. You want to raid the pantry? Well, go raid your pantry then. Let's see. Where is someone? Oh, maybe? This one? Let me go check if their mic is good. Okay, that looks fun. Okay, we're gonna go raid KTV League, who is drawing Pokemon in the style of Ditto. So that sounds adorable, and their art is in fact adorable. You also want bread, you want to eat like a medieval peasant. Fair enough, fair enough. They did have some pretty good bread back then, if I recall. But I will see you guys on the Sunday stream. I am looking forward to trying the House Flipper co-op and seeing just how chaotic the jobs are for that. We'll see how quickly we can get it done. And I will see you guys next time. Do it,